Welcome back to SEO Core Fundamentals, where you're learning how to master search engine optimization. And in this video, we're going to cover some of the technical ranking factors. And what am I talking about here? I'm talking about if you want to be on the top, if you want to be in the top of the search engines, you need to be agile and you need to be fast. Okay, and what do I mean? Good hosting. Okay, bad shared hosting doesn't work. So you want to make sure that your hosting's good, that you have good server, that you have good security. Okay, and we're going to break these down a little bit. That you have good Webby stuff. I call it Webby stuff. That your web server, that everything is checking out correctly there. That everything's responsive. And that it's mobile, because I don't think I've mentioned it up to this stage, but right now indexing is mobile first. Okay, so that's a top priority. And other things that's kind of new is page experience is a new ranking factor, and that means core web vitals. And I'm going to do a little bit of demo later that's going to show this, but here's some core web vitals that's also very important now as technical ranking factors. And basically, here's the hosting 101. Responsive. Make sure that you have a responsive host, good security, that you have secure socket layers on it, that you're using a CDN. That's a caching tool so that you can cache your domain, and generally they do this globally. This is very good to do. Cloudflare, different services like that are great for that. Good reputation. Make sure the server has good reputation. And now to the security. Okay, so all of your web pages need to be marked SSL. Okay, so that's primary. If it's not marked, Google will not rank it if it's not secure. So it needs to be secure with secure socket layers, every page. Now, security plugins installed. So make sure that your website is locked down from a security perspective, that it's behind a firewall, and that there's some security plugins installed protecting it, and that it's protected. Whatever, and there's different services for this. We're not going to dive into how to protect it, but just make sure that it's protected and that it's updated with the most updated code. This is kind of the main thing to make sure, is to keep your code updated. That's how hackers get in, is from not updating code. Now here's some Webby stuff. Okay, remember the Webby stuff. Meta tags. And meta tags, we talked about meta tags as far as meta descriptions, but meta tags as far as anything that's involved. There's different things from meta refreshes to descriptions and different things associated with it. We're going to look at that a little bit, but title tag, description is kind of the Webby stuff. Robot text is to make sure that it's either blocking certain things or allowing certain things, and so we want to make sure that there's a robot text there that's not blocking the indexing of your site. That's kind of one of the bigger things that people fail on the Webby stuff, is their robot text could be blocking the search engine. Sitemaps. You want to make sure that you have an XML sitemap that's pointed and that Google knows about, and that basically tells Google your structure on the Webby stuff, and that any of your structured data or markup is done correctly as well. That's also a Webby stuff. And canonical, meaning all of your pages, or the most important pages on your website, should have canonical set, which basically is saying this is the top page, this is the main page. So if anybody creates duplicate content of yours, Google knows where to find the main page. And site structure, is it simple? Is it effective? Meaning, is it laid out, easy to get to? Is the site structure very simple and very effective? That's the Webby stuff. Now, mobile. Remember I said mobile first indexing? You need to make sure that your site works with mobile, that you're using a responsive design, and test it. See how well it performs, because if it performs really low on mobile, chances are it's going to be harder to rank. Now, here's the most common issues that we see in SEO, and you see that 404, that's generally not found. Okay, so any crawl errors that you're going to find in your website auditor and your audits, anything that's missing HTTPS, remember we need to be secure and have SSL, missing or incomplete sitemap, slow website speed, and mobile optimization issues, and duplicate content errors, and duplicate metadata like duplicate descriptions, and broken links is kind of the main things that are the common issues of these Webby SEO issues, these technical factors. So make a list of these, because these will help you be a great SEO, is to be able to identify these most common issues having to do with on-page factors and technical factors. So make sure that you understand this list and understand and kind of dive in deep. If you're going to get to know something a little bit better and get more technical, understand the technical factors to SEO. Okay, here we are in Website Auditor, and we're doing a technical audit on DPL interiors here. And so this is what we're kind of looking at from a technical perspective. So right here, we're kind of looking at any crawl errors or issues. So we can see at the top 404, there's a couple here that we'd want to check into. We want to look and see if there's any missing HTTPS issues, and it looks like we don't have any HTTPS content issues. Sitemap, we have a sitemap here. We're going to check into our page speed. If we scroll down, we can see that we have page speed, poor performance. We want to look into any of our content duplicate issues, duplicate meta descriptions. It looks like I have 3, and broken links and broken images. So this is kind of our checklist here, and we have a neat little list here, and there's more on this particular list than we have for our issues. Now this is kind of our site audit right here when we come in, and we can dive in and see like what is missing here. So we see that there's missing meta descriptions, and we can dive in and we can actually fix things from here and rescore, rebuild, and rescore your issues. Then you can come in and double check. Here's another place where you can see this is like 302s or any orphans. And then from pages, this is another section where you can come in and check your sitemap or create and manage a sitemap from here. You can also pull down your robot.txt file from here as well. And then the technical audit is kind of when you come into page, you can click on technical audit, and then this will show you some more information. And here's your performance score and issues that you could be looking at or facing from another technical perspective. So this tool will show you all of the information that you need from here, and you can hone in on those issues. And then kind of right here, you can see a little bit more detail about some issues that may be affecting you from a technical perspective. Next up, if you want to rank, you must be trusted by the community. That's why we're going to go into the next ranking factor, which is off-page ranking factors. Up next.